Many taxpayers in the Jackson Heights community are non-native English speakers. Last year, Mayor Bloomberg signed Executive Order 120, which created a centralized language access policy for New York City. What have you done and what will you do to assure that your own office and all city agencies that serve the public comply with the order, assuring meaningful language access for all residents?
See you tomorrow. All the legislation is on the book. It is not practical. It is not practicing, they are not pushing. The city council members who are supposed to be in the neighborhood, they not only they have to prove the government, they have to have community-based organization like this community organization, churches, school-based organizations. They have to give more importance to teach English. English is a language people have to know. We, all of the foreigners, have to know that English is a must language. I had the difficulty when I came from India. I could not talk to people and get something, even though I was educated at the time. So I can understand people from Bangladesh, people from Africa have a difficulty. English should be taught, it has to be taught and must be taught, and community-based organizations have to help.
There you go. I like that.
For many immigrants, residents of this district, our goal is to become United States citizens, so that we can take advantage of the opportunities here, and so that we can vote in general elections. However, the government provides very little support to agencies that offer free classes for applicants and students to pass the citizenship interview. Do you think the City Council can find the funds to support these classes in our district?
In 1980. I got my citizenship in 1986. Thank God I know the English at the time. I have the wherewithal to study that. I went to White Plains Public Library. They became a member of the library. I got the card from there. Thank God I've learned all those things. That is not the story with the 87% of the people who live in this community. It is 11 million cut to 6 million, what she said. It is not tolerable. It is not acceptable to this community. We should go back to get 11 plus more millions. Not only that, we, as I said earlier, you cannot ask money all the time to government. It has to be community-based organizations like this. I'm a lawyer. I do immigration law practice. I'm not trying to get the practice from you. But I will be helpful to you all immigration issues at any time, day or night, free.
Alfonso, Stanley, and Danny. I have two short questions, but the introduction is a little bit longer. It says, there are at least 13 buildings owned and managed by funding predatory equity firm VIV, Vantage Management, and Apollo Investment Corporation in our area, who are infamous for tenants' right violations and displacing immigrants' families. In addition, fueled by gentrification and other recent economic incentives, tenant rights abuses by individual landlords in rent-regulated buildings across Queens have been on the rise. What are your specific plans to support tenants, unions, and organizations who are being instrumental in the fight against abusive landlords?
Question, business-oriented question. All these candidates sitting next to me never ever had an experience in doing business. In order to create job, you have to have business. Small business is the key to the economy. The small business cannot flourish because astronomical amount of taxes and all these convoluted violations and the convoluted government, I think make them to get out of the business. If you don't have business, the community is talking about new immigrants because they don't have English. They have to start some low-paying job. In order to do that, the business has to improve in this district. That is what I'm doing it in Roosevelt Avenue and bringing to Broadway, because we are going to have business improvement district, thereby thousands of new jobs be created.
Soy un miembro de NAI. NAI se dedica a trabajar con inmigrantes de bajos recursos que trabajan en el sector de la construcción, de trabajo doméstico, de restaurantes y otros más. Muchos de los miembros de la organización y de los que participan en nuestros programas son jornaleros que buscan trabajo a diario en el sector de Queens. Con el tiempo se han ido organizando, se han ido familiarizando con nosotros, con los problemas que enfrentan los jornaleros. También hemos apoyado el trabajo de los jornaleros de Unidos de Bolsay, prestándoles nuestro espacio para sus reuniones. Los jornaleros de Unidos de Bolsay son líderes en el trabajo organizativo en las paradas de la calle 69 y la Roosevelt. Es nuestro entendimiento que la Comisión sobre Jornaleros ha hecho una serie de recomendaciones, inclusive que se construyan centros para trabajadores jornaleros. ¿Qué hará usted para asegurar que los mismos jornaleros son parte del proceso de planeamiento y ejecución de estos centros? Gracias.
New Immigrant Community Employment is a well-respected, well-organized community organization in this 25th district. We need more organizations like that. Now, this is the fourth debate I am involved. I was so surprised that 3 of these candidates know there is a Roosevelt Avenue in this district first time. All the time they talking about Jackson Heights historic district. Everything to them is historic district. This is the first time I was surprised to hear there is a Jackson Heights, including Roosevelt Avenue there. I am the one who proposed that we have to have a business improvement district so that we can get more jobs to all the eligible people. That is the goal, and that is what we're going to do in the first 4 years of my city council.
Caregivers that make all other work in New York City possible often fall prey to cycles of abuse and exploitation by their employers. Immigrant women in our community tend to be the most vulnerable, as they may not want to reveal issues of abuse to law enforcement or city agencies for fear of deportation or other matters concerning their immigration status. How will the city council or the council member representing the city council ensure that immigrant women's concerns are being met without fear of persecution due to their status? And will you create cultural competency within the city agencies in District 25? Thank you.
Violence issues, the laws are already in place. There are state, federal, and city regulations and laws are already in place. The only thing is lacking. People don't know that. So, how do you make people to know? It is not the money part here. Most of these laws are already passed and enacted from the federal government to state government to city government. In order to bring that law to the community, we have to work with the local community every day. As a lawyer, I know this subject thoroughly. I know this subject very, very clearly in details. When I get elected, my office, you come to my office, I will have other staff who are educated, legally knowledgeable people help you to charter through these laws what are your rights and obligations are. Thank you.